We go back to New Mexico to check on the young man who might soon be bidding for that WBO World Bantamweight crown. Mauricio Martinez of Panama here, looking for a spectacular performance to wow the crowd. Jorge Reyes is the opponent, a big puncher and obviously well-named Reyes. He's also the former Mexican champion. So could Martinez walk through him? We join it at the first bell.
One of the world's leading ranked bantamweights here, the clever and sharp punching southpaw from Panama, Mauricio Martinez, here in the all-blue trunks, closing in on a major title shot. He defends his North American Boxing Organization belt against big punching but fairly chinny Mexican Jorge Reyes from Juarez on the banks of the Rio Grande. It's scheduled for 12 and Martinez will be out to make a statement. He's targeting IBF King Tim Austin or WBO ruler Johnny Tapia, but Reyes can be dangerous early.
Yes, early in his career he had a reputation for being something of a puncher. That slipped away a little bit, but you know, once you can punch, you can always punch.
The right jab, and Reyes goes down, and it's counted a knockdown. It looked to me just on the end of a jab, Ben.
It still looked a knockdown because he seemed to go down again. I don't even think he's sure of his legs himself.
Certainly looks shaky just from that. There's a left from the southpaw stance of Martinez. Quick hands, the man from Colón in Panama. 116 of his 20, there's a little right. Digs in again to raise his jaw. Who has been stopped a few times before. Another right jab. He's having problems with that punch.
Yes, the style of Reyes is just coming apart a little bit. Martinez getting over the top of his jab with his own southpaw jab, and that's giving him all sorts of balance problems.
Reyes, the taller man, but another right hand, which wobbled Reyes, and he briefly touched his glove down to the canvas. That's the second time in the opening round. Bad moments for Jorge Reyes here.
7, 8, okay.
He says he's fine, and they box on, but he's having difficulty reading Martinez.
Well, he's also having difficulty when he gets hit on the chin because his legs totally disobey him when Martinez does catch him with these sharp punches.
Another little left there, shakes Reyes, and he's in the corner and in desperate trouble here in the first. That poking left hand. Lovely shot. Puts Reyes on the seat of his pants. Third knockdown in the first round. There is no 3 knockdown rule. He gets up. He looks a very effective southpaw, this Mauricio Martinez, a little bit like maybe a Stevie Johnson or a Keith Holmes. That style, difficult to fight, and Reyes is having all sorts of trouble.
Well, this is a terrific start for Martinez. Reyes, who's a decent type opponent, but really is coming apart. Good southpaw punches going in for Martinez.
His chin looks fragile, and Martinez looks very strong at the end of the first. What a round.
Well, it's just sharp punches. Look at that left hand. He just catches the defense of Reyes is really wide open, and the southpaw jabs and the southpaw crosses are really catching him. The legs betrayed him there, and he was out. He just crouched down, got up to his feet, but he was out on his feet there. And a beautiful right and left there, right through the middle, really caught him well, and down he went.
Here's the fourth of this NABO bantamweight title fight. That doesn't matter, the North American Boxing Organization. What does matter is that Mauricio Martinez here in the royal blue trunks is on the verge of a world title shot. Ranked number 1 by the WBO and number 9 by the IBF. He had Jorge Reyes down 3 times in the opener. Reyes was stopped recently by Aiden Vargas. And Martinez putting his punches together very effectively.
Martinez he's doing everything right in this fight, just looking for the openings, looking to unload with the big punches again. He just hasn't got to get careless. He's always still got to respect the punch power of Reyes.
Yes, Reyes did put 11 stoppages together between 92 and 95. And Martinez has been beaten in 2 rounds by the WBA featherweight champion, Freddie Norwood. So he has to keep those gloves up and not get too carried away. Let Reyes back into the fight, but he's still on wobbly legs. The man from Juarez, nicknamed Galito. Right jab again, straight from Martinez, and he's starting to unload on Jorge Reyes.
Well, the defences have come down, and really it is just pot shots now for Martinez, just looking for the openings.
He keeps his gloves tightly by his chin, but how long can he keep that for? Even a little left straight goes through from Martinez. Prized open the gloves there.
Well, he still looks on heavy legs, just looks like he's treading in thick mud. Reyes just can't get his balance right, and Martinez just looking for the counters.
Just waiting to pounce, Martinez. Right hand on the top of the head, and down goes Jorge Reyes, and I don't think he's going to make that. That was reminiscent a little bit like Eric Morales knocking out Angel Chacon, and Mauricio Martinez has scored an impressive 4th round knockout. The medical team are on standby, and they're in. The doctors are being called in just to make sure that Jorge Reyes is okay. It's just precautionary, and Mauricio Martinez doesn't celebrate until he knows that Reyes is okay. He gets up, he looks fine, he's talking, and that is an impressive win from the Panamanian Mauricio Martinez, who will be hunting Johnny Tapia next.
Well, he really did catch him hard with that right hand. There was just didn't seem any way he was going to make it from there, and that was a good performance from Martinez. Good punch power, really picking the shots there, and the hands, the defenses had gone down, and you know, he just couldn't miss with that right hand. There it is, goes down heavily, and he was never going to get up from that.
Looks on his way. So have we found a new star at bantamweight?
I think so, yeah. I think Martinez definitely looks one of the best prospects out there. Dangerous southpaw. It really does carry some weight in both hands.
If Johnny Tapia watched that from ringside, do you think he would be encouraged to stay around to maybe face this man, or would that help Tapia persuade, let's go up?
I think that Tapia is struggling so much now. He says that he's walking around at welterweight, and I think that that is the move for Tapia now, to move up and box the likes of Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera, which would be a mouth-watering fight. But I think Martinez also and Tapia would also be another, you know, really mouth-watering fight.
Let's talk featherweights now, because we have the IBF world champion. I know that sounds great, and it was a really sensational performance from you, Paul, a couple of weeks back in New York. Your first defence against Junior Jones at Madison Square Garden, and also your first professional appearance away from these shores. What do you remember now of the night?
It was a good atmosphere. I mean, it was you know, big crowd. The good thing about when we come out, there are a lot of people from England, a lot of people from Scarborough there.
With all the problems before the fight, did you feel like this is a step into the unknown for me in some ways?
A little bit, yeah. But you know, we had a good team behind us. Got me edge, you know, kept it focused, and the fight was going, you know.
I think the great thing was, as we watched it, you settled into your job so quickly. Did that please you?
Yeah, I think the minute we come out, you know, I felt so relaxed, and once I started catching Jones, I just grew in confidence, and from round 1 I had it in control. I felt totally in control throughout the fight.
He's always been a big puncher, Jones, throughout his career. Was it always in the back of your mind that he might catch you?
Yeah. Steve kept reminding me every round, you know, watch his right hand, and unfortunately he caught me in that round 9 with that good right hand.
Did it hurt?
No, I can't remember a thing. All I can remember is touching the floor and getting straight back up and getting on top.
Certainly didn't disrupt your rhythm at all. When you look back at this controversial count that referee Steve Smoger gave Jones, does it anger you even now?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because he told us before the fight that there were no standing counts. Even if you touch the ropes, and he touched the ropes, and he got a standing count.
Do you think Jones was as good as gone at that point anyway, before you finally put him away?
Definitely. It should have been stopped at that point when he decided to give him the count.
What sort of reaction did you get from people over there?
I got a lot of respect after the fight, but before the fight and the build-up to it, not a lot of respect. Messed about a bit, but you know, that's the experience and that's boxing.
Do you feel stronger as a fighter, an all-round performer, for having dealt with the distractions and the attempts to upset you?
Yeah, definitely. I've got a lot more experience now, and I'm feeling a lot stronger, a lot more confidence in my ability, what I can do.
Must be a great feeling to return home having done your job when you know everybody's watched you and they're waiting, lining up in Scarborough to bid you welcome home as the local hero. You're the big noise in Scarborough these days, they tell me.
Not as big as Frank and Steve Pollard over the last weekend. No, I mean, we enjoyed the occasion. They put a civic reception on for me. Like I say, the mayor was there. There's lots of people out cheering me on, and I just felt proud to be, from Scarborough.
They've always supported you so well, haven't they? And do you feel that you owe them something? Maloney got the ice creams in, I see.
Yeah, didn't get me one though. Yeah, I mean, I owe them everything. I mean, they've been behind me from day one.
And the speeches were reflecting that.
Keep going, Paul Ingle. Mr. Scarborough himself. Well done.
Cheers, thanks.
Mr. Mayor, what happened there?
Must be wonderful to have a local community behind you, but this is an individual business. You're in the Paul Ingle business.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes me train a lot harder and want to be more successful when people are behind me all the time. Now,
even now, the changes, you're telling us that even since you've been back, you've been ticking over, you are now appearing to be the complete polished professional. Do you feel that you've changed and moved into a new level?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's woke me up a bit, winning the world title, and I'm acting like a professional, and I'm preparing mentally and physically for every single fight, and even out of training, and I'm just looking forward to my next fight and carry on training.
More action when we come back. Next up, it's Danny Romero, twice a former world champion, determined to prove that he still belongs in the big time.
Dream.
There's nothing quite like a Twickenham final.
The desire.
This is unbelievable.